Oh, hello, Internet.
Oh God, it's
Welcome.
the internet.
Oh,
It is
oh
the
shit.
Internet.
I knew you would be back.
Welcome. Welcome to a fancier Decisions and Dragons.
Thank you.
Decided to update the overlay a little bit, which of course, as the intro was playing, I was like, wow, the logo at the very top is definitely not centered. Awesome. Anyway,
It's never centered. It's fine.
It's never centered. Lots of teeny little nitpicky things that I'm sure I can do to improve the quality of some of the stuff, but welcome. Tonight we've got a lot of fun to get through, but before we get to any of that, we're going to cut over to Brian, as he's going to do our little ad read for both Hero Forge and Incarnate. So Brian, hit us with what you got.
Hey, Internet. How are you? It's Brian. Have you ever been in part of a D&D campaign and you have a old map like this? Yeah, you can't even see it because it's terrible. You should try Incarnate, where you can make all sorts of wonderful fantasy maps. I would show you, but the maps that I had ready just fell over the other side of the table that I'm sitting at. So give me 1 second. I
think I may just give Brian like
I feel
half
like
of
I
the
need to be
reads.
like
Hey!
tap dancing.
Look at this. When you give your players these
ah.
maps, they are so much more excited than the map that I just accidentally stepped on that's all crinkled and you can't even read. Okay? Incarnate, it's beautiful. Try it out. Their pricing is awesome. They have the pricing itself is like you can just get a year subscription. I forgot what the pricing was, but it was something pretty inexpensive and totally worth it. And the next thing I want to talk to you about is Hero Forge. Now, as you can tell, all of us here, we really like our minis. Even though we aren't playing in person, we all have our own collection of minis. The wonderful thing about Hero Forge is that you can customize whatever mini you want. If you wanted to make one for D&D, great. If you want to make it for some sort of sci-fi fantasy game, great, do whatever you want. If you wanted to make one of your LARP character, do it. Why not?
You had that made.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
If you
good,
want to be an
actually.
action figure in a miniature form, Hero Forge is the way to go. Hero Forge, great pricing too. Even if you don't, I do believe you can have your minis painted with them. You can have them create them, or if you're into 3D printing, you can actually just buy the files to 3D print them yourself, and you can print as many things as you want. So go check out Hero Forge. It is spectacular, to say the least. I have gotten lost on that website for hours.
Brian, congratulations. You are now the permanent ad reader for Incarnate Hero Forge. I like that it started like a, do you also suffer from spinal bifida or something like that?
Spina bifida of all the things you
I don't know. It's the first thing that came to mind. Anyway.
I'm just gonna throw this out there as an addendum to what Brian was saying about Hero Forge. While we were getting all of the overlays and everything, and we were getting all of our stuff together, in the time that that took our illustrious dungeon master, I have been on Hero Forge, and I have made my next D&D character for when Renalphus goes the way of the dodo.
Nice.
I
Good
have
idea.
made
Shut
a
up.
Harangon barbarian. It is the little white rabbit from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yes.
Why am I not surprised?
So if Renalphus ever dies, you have that to look forward to. And the
True
mini's
story.
done.
True story.
That's awesome.
In addition to Incarnate and Hero Forge, we also want to give a shout out to Monument Studios. The music that you heard during our intro and the music that you'll hear throughout the session tonight is from Monument Studios. They they sell gigabytes worth of Hollywood quality ambient music and sound effects for you to use for your D&D games or video games or ads or whatever you really want to use them for. They're fantastic. They're super nice. And as you can see on the overlay, if you use the code NERDHOUSE15, you'll get 15% off of your order. Seriously, their stuff is awesome. They are super, super cool. In addition, we also use Foundry Virtual Tabletop. As I've stated in the past, it is a wonderful program that applies to basically whatever tabletop system you want to use. As long as there's a module for it, you can play it. It takes a little bit to get used to, but eventually it becomes very user-friendly and it's fully customizable, which is awesome. I've even seen, and I think it's the Familiars D&D on Twitch, they modified the program to have a full 3D battle map in Foundry. So that is an option as well. We don't do that, but just saying you could. Okay, I just undersold our shit. Sorry. But they are awesome as well. And lastly, one quick little shout out to Sirenscape as my soundboard of choice. They have sound packs for all Wizards of the Coast, Paizo, and Cyberpunk, and Settlers of Catan. Basically, if you need ambient sounds or sound effects to accompany your games, Sirenscape is the way to go. So definitely check them out as well. With that in mind, I believe we can begin tonight's episode. When last we left our intrepid heroes, they had snuck into the city of Delita with the mind to liberate it from the undead dragon named Skingorger, who had been quite a blight on the land. This dragon it was discovered through their travels, was kept alive by a strange necromancer kept in the deep, dark tunnels underneath the castle itself. The party having discovered this by finding inside one of the undead that they had come across a page of a very not-so-friendly book called the Book of Vile Darkness, an artifact of incredible power that it was believed to have been in the Whispered One's possession. The party ventured to their scheduled meetup, where they were to get some insider information on the inner workings of the castle itself, but came to find out that their source of information, an older man who was conscripted into the Whispered Horde by the name of Julian, had been captured. Seemingly, his role had been revealed. Cord, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. What was that? I think you're muted. I couldn't hear you. That's so weird.
I'm not. I was just speaking under my breath.
Got it. Okay.
Watched her expression change over the course of that.
Sorry about it.
At the same time, before heading to their meetup, Arsinoe had finally convinced her family to leave town under the protection of Kanbei and Hattori, two of Chio's friends from her home in Yoshino, that the party had sort of gravitated to rather quickly. But you all currently stand in the decrepit, somewhat broken down temple to the Carbuncle, having just been given this information. What do you wish to do?
We're in the slums, aren't we?
Yes, we went to the slums
JK,
with Marius.
you did. Haha, joke's on you. There's
Aren't we in
more
the
to that
Temple
recap.
District?
Yeah, you. Jesus Christ. My brain
It
is
was a
scrambled
test.
eggs.
It was a test, and we passed the test. See?
You did. You did. You know what? Sam, take a token of inspiration. Call me on my shit, you get inspiration. Just be nice about it. Looking at you, Rhodes.
That's the trick.
That's why it never works for me, okay?
Me neither.
Party ventured to the slums to make contact once again with Elgrin, the leader of the resistance, and had come upon two strangers who seemingly had some vendetta against this necromancer, who is named Octavian, a fire genasi who introduced herself as Mira Fletcher, who bonded very quickly with Flit over her unpredictable magic, and a rather standoffish purple-skinned tiefling named Intari. These two offered their services as long as they could be involved with slaughtering that necromancer, as they had some bad blood between the two. And that is where we left off. Okay, cool. I saw Tina nod, so okay, I think I'm good.
She's our lore keeper.
Yep.
Yeah. So, you guys are in the slums. What do you wish to do?
When are we doing this?
Tomorrow?
Yeah, I thought this was our, because it's nighttime now,
It's
right?
nighttime now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this was like our last chance at recon.
Is Sam still? Is Arsinoe still? She had the wisdom saving throws, and the necromancer
Mm-hmm.
seemed like he was scrying on her. Are we? Can we discern whether or not we're still kind of not quite on his radar yet, even if he's looking for us, or because I think if he figures out where we are, that might change.
Either way.
Sorry, go ahead. Do your thing.
Oh, you have to. We're gonna have to take the night somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not the Magpie, or should we head back there? It should be empty now, right? Yes.
It'll be
We
empty.
lock up.
We did.
Did you? Just kidding.
I don't know. I mean, I don't lock doors.
This. No matter what happens, no matter where we are, nowhere is actually really that safe.
Safer for others potentially.
Exactly. And honestly, it's a place I know. I know every squeaky floorboard. Every inch of the place.
Tina, real quick, you are sounding a little quiet. Is your microphone doing the thing?
Possibly. Doing the thing still?
Yeah,
You're still a little quiet.
All right. I'll tweak it up. I'll tweak it up. There we go.
That's an improvement. Okay. Just keeping track of.
Nope, it's fine.
I also love it when all of my windows minimize for no reason. Continue.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no,
Do your
it's
thing.
All right. So overnight, somewhere, sleep. Then tomorrow, go. Or tomorrow night, go.
I don't think it really matters at this point. I mean,
Well, we know that
Dragon hasn't
was-
been leaving.
yeah, the dragon hasn't been leaving.
Okay.
yeah.
So we were planning to try and time the attack when the dragon was gone. That doesn't seem to be a thing anymore, so at this point I don't think it really matters.
So sleep then brunch.
Yes.
Well, but if we go to your home and they find us, it's possible that your home could be destroyed.
My home, someone else's home.
We'll just have to make sure they don't find us.
People that call it home are no longer there. That's what matters. It's just a building.
All right. So is the plan to head back to the inn then?
I think so. Unless we wanted to, because we're in the slums, it would be a bit of a trek to make it all the way to the elite district. To try and like scout patrols, which would.
No, but we do need to check out the puzzled pig. We haven't gone there yet.
Is the Puzzle Pig a place that is currently in service, or is it an older establishment that was?
Have I heard about that place? Because that's in a different district too. That's in the guild district, no?
Yeah, that's going to be in the guild district. Make a history check while I also make a history check in my brain.
Wait,
Make a history check while the DM stalls for time. We've all been there.
You know, it's funny. Tina and I, before everybody else jumped in the Discord, she's like, I don't understand how you keep all this stuff in your brain. And I was like, hey, it's a challenge. And here I am like, puzzle pig, puzzle pig, puzzle pig.
I can talk about Incarnate some more.
Rude.
This brain
Okay.
fart is brought to you by Incarnate.
Yeah. Tell me what you know of the puzzled pig. How about that?
It's in the guild district, but is one of the. No one has ever said that the Magpie has had a rival in business, but it has definitely been one that they have they had their regulars, we had our regulars, and some would compare the two, but it was kind of, we never really crossed customers, if only because of the different clientele we had, especially because of our proximity to the slums, and their proximity to the elite district too.
What was your history check?
22.
With a 22, I mean, from what you were able to gather, it's sort of been business as usual over there. Given this sort of relationship between the two taverns, it's not like you've maybe personally have ever gone there, but I mean, you haven't heard anything to lead you to believe that it was taken down or
Down.
raided or anything like that. So it should still be up.
The building should still be there, whether or not the owners are around. They're rather close.
And we need to get underneath there,
Correct.
which would mean we'd either need help from the owners or we'd need to get in there without them knowing,
Yeah, if they're around.
if they're around.
Which it's rather late, so even if they are around, there may not be even a sign of them.
Well, I could probably get in as long as I could see where I'm going.
We can try it before we head back.
Check.
Is it something we feel we should do tonight?
That was my...
Or in the morning when there's actually supposed to be people on the street.
Exactly. Every time we
And-
take a step out there, we risk ourselves.
It's true.
And also, if the tavern is being... Well, if it's still used, wouldn't look out of place for a bunch of folks, some folks to wander in.
Fair points.
Can we afford the time to just sit and wait for daylight?
We were already planning on doing so, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What's the
Mm.
difference?
Yeah.
You said you need time to prepare. We could do reconnaissance while you prepare
Yeah.
and head back to you.
Intari speaks up. Hold on. What's the bullshit about a pig? What's going on? Why do we need to go to... What?
It's how we get into the castle.
I thought the gates would accomplish that.
Are guarded.
Uh-huh.
You intend to just walk past the guards?
Fuck that, but... Okay, maybe there would have been one or two I would have had to kill, but...
Which would
There's
then
First
be
time-
found.
I think there was actually 8 to 10 plus archers.
Plus
So, I mean,
some
if-
sort of sniping.
Yeah, something about
Something.
a bird. Some bird up on the top.
Mira kind of
Yeah, a
leans up,
kanku.
leans next to Intari and goes, yeah, I think it might not be the best idea there.
The farther in we get before anyone realizes we're there, the better.
Alright, fine. Follow your lead, I guess. Mira chimes in with, sounds awesome. Super excited. Love taverns. Not when they yell at me for setting stuff on fire, but that's a side note.
And Cujo, this is a human and a tiefling we're talking to, right?
This is a
Fire
fire
Ganassi.
ganassi and a tiefling.
Fire. Right. Okay.
You know what they would probably think was cool if you buy a shot, but make sure it's in a glass, and then you set it on fire and then shoot it. That would probably get you some points. Sometimes this thing happens to me with my magic, and I don't get drunk. I've won a couple drinking contests by abusing it.
You know, that's so weird. That's happened to me once, but I still lost the contest. That's really frustrating that you were able to win. Stupid magic. She starts mumbling and grumbling against her own
my
magic.
God.
My stomach didn't feel too good later, but it was kind of funny.
Oh my god.
So, are you guys visiting the puzzled pig tonight or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Okay. If that is the case, I'm going to need stealth checks from everybody to head back to the Magpie.
I inform Mira and Intari to meet at the Late Magpie around 10.
Sounds good. They agree. Well, Mira agrees. Intari just sort of shrugs.
All right, stealth.
13 for me.
Okay.
11.
16.
19.
Damn.
8.
Oh.
Gabrielle would be disappointed in all of us.
I got 19.
still too low.
Okay.
Okay.
She's like, hers can't even be that
25.
low.
25. Okay.
There you go.
Gabrielle would approve.
So,
I disguise myself as just the wall, as,
Let's go this way.
and I do a remarkably good job.
as you guys are traveling, you all are keeping relatively light on your feet, sticking to the shadows. As you leave out of one alleyway and dive into another, the moment that you guys all finish getting into that alleyway, you hear a piercingly loud crash. It's like shot from a distance, and you hear some of the stonework on the alley you just came out of splinter. And in the distance you can hear, "I thought it was over here. We should probably go take a look." And you can start hearing some movement. Now you guys are still hidden, but it's up to you guys what you want to do.
Can I disguise self to look like one of the undead horde?
Sure. You activate the spell and tell me about the undead that you've turned yourself into.
So, assuming there's other gnomes in this town, since she's small, she's not trying to make herself look taller or anything like that. She looks like an undead gnome that's like some skin's probably falling off in spots, and she's just, looks like she's probably been dead for a little bit, and having used her mage hand to dig through the troll, she makes sure that as she's disguising self, one of her eyes is like green.
Okay.
And Flit will kind of like turn around to the group and just say stay, and then try to go distract the other undead. She'll shamble kind of out of the alley.
Okay. As you shamble out of the alleyway, you see two whites and an undead ogre. Dustin.
While Flit is doing this, I look at Chio and kind of like make sure that you and I make eye contact, and I kind of motion you to go up. Because I've seen you do that before. And if you go, I am going to snug up like just around the corner in this alley, and I am going to prepare a charging attack. Like if shit goes down, like if whatever Flit is doing, if it doesn't work, I am going to be a very quickly approaching Plan B.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will indeed. I'll just walk up the building.
Okay.
Is there stuff in, like, if we are up near the end of our alley, how close can we get while staying unseen? Can we still hear Flit at least, even if not see her once she heads out?
The alleyway is, I'm going to say 25, 30 feet long. So you could be at the other side and still be able to listen in and hear, the sound from the street.
Okay.
So that
Okay,
shouldn't be
yeah.
a problem.
Okay, yeah, so like Dustin, I'll just tuck back against the alley walls into the
Okay.
shadows, probably amidst some trash, and if things go wrong, we'll be coming up quickly.
Sounds good. Any other preparations before I move to Flit?
I'm going to hold a sacred flame.
Okay.
It's a cantrip, so I'll just keep kind of.
Okay.
I'll have pee pee pooper ready.
I knew you were going to say it out loud.
There, I had to say it once. We got it out of the way,
Position.
ladies and gentlemen. We got it out of the way. It's fine.
Yeah. We met our quota. Moving on.
Yeah.
All right. So Flit. From down the street, about 60 feet away, and slowly approaching, you see, I think I said 2 whites, an undead ogre, and then a shambling skeleton, each with the similar green glowing eye. As you sort of make your appearance known, their movement slows, and one of the whites says,
The bird says he saw someone on the street. Was that you?
Is that why he was shooting at me?
He's a little trigger happy.
I saw a rat to eat. All the people in this town have been hiding more thoroughly at night these days.
make a deception check with advantage.
Uh, 15.
It's quite irritating. I do miss the flesh on my teeth, but orders are orders. Keep an eye out in case you see anything.
Of course. Maybe a nice meal will come along after all.
Come on, you big oaf.
And they turn, and as they turn, you see the one who had been speaking to you, raise their hand to signal towards the castle, and then they just start walking back the way that they came. And then they eventually disappear around a corner.
And Flit will, kind of shamble back towards the alley. In case the bird is still watching, pretend she's still, looking around for food that she might have seen. But as she gets, back towards the alley where she knows everybody is, she'll say, I don't know if my telekinesis, I don't know if I can speak to everybody at once or if it's just, one person at once. So she'll, whoever's closer, whether Malice or Sinaway, she'll speak to whoever's closest within 30 feet. Coast is clear.
You guys keep an ear out. You don't hear any other movement or conversation, just a breeze rolling through the streets. But you do glance at where that stone had been destroyed, and you can see embedded in one of the bricks is this perfect hole that was not there prior.
The bird is watching.
Kucho, is there any indication of what actually made that hole in the stonework?
Make an investigation check.
Not great. 11.
With an 11, I'll give you that many years prior, there was a group of elves that used strange weaponry, not too dissimilar to the item that I believe Malice had gotten from the gnome that you had encountered with the teeth of the Planesbreaker. You've seen some of the battle wounds from encounters with those elves, and you can deduce that whatever technology those elves were using, this bird is using too.
Okay. So it's not a crossbow, and it's not a spell.
No. Looking a little bit closer at where the stone had been impacted, you can see a small hole that essentially was burrowed through from something at a very high velocity.
Okay.
But you all gather yourselves and quietly continue onward until eventually Thankfully, you come back to the Late Magpie and situate yourselves for the night.
I would have kept myself my disguise self up, but I think I would have like lingered around a little bit, maybe kind of like knocking stuff around a little bit, trying to keep the attention away from them so that I don't know if you're going to make everybody roll stealth again, but trying to assist.
I got it. You're good. You guys essentially, stick to the shadows a little bit more. And I'm just going to kind of give it to you. But I will say that your continued portrayal of an undead gnome does help. So it is something that I am keeping in mind for reasons. But is there anything you guys wish to do before the night fully passes?
At some point, I don't know if we're in a place where I can kind of look up, like see up to the sky, but I want to take a look at some point when I'm in a space that at least I can see up above the rooftops of the surrounding city for a bird.
Make a perception check.
Because I want to know if something tried to shoot at us, where it may have been shooting from. And if this thing is up there still. Ooh. Too bad it's this character. 23.
Okay. It takes you a little bit. But you scan the distant rooftops. And you think that you see a little bit, when light reflects off of an animal's eyes, sometimes it has that sort of eerie glow. You could swear that you saw that on one of the towers in the castle grounds. So like a big part of the manor itself on top of one of those towers, which is a pretty hefty distance away.
I was gonna say, that's real far from where we were.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least it's not flying about. Could be worse.
Switch back. Is there anything else you guys wish to do?
First watch.
Okay.
Last watch, or last half, I'll take.
Okay.
So.
Cast Guardian of Faith in the doorway. Very low light.
Sure. Similar to that like candle flickering flame, the guardian appears. Is anybody else taking first watch with Renalphus or no?
I can.
Okay. I will need the both of you to make perception checks. Our special guest is feeding me Facebook messages for commentary.
19, by the way.
Okay.
Are those commentaries about Incarnate?
It's about what's happening here. God damn it.
You created that monster.
I know, and
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
This is your fault.
You know where else
Dustin.
you can create monsters?
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Arrow Forge.
Hero Forge.
This is true.
See, the advertisement speaks for itself.
God damn it. Dustin, what'd you get for your perception?
8.
Okay.
Not great.
Boykin,
Yes.
you are keeping a weather eye on the streets. That you've noticed that the moment night falls, there's this very light fog that just always hangs around. You're not sure if it's maybe from the presence of decomposing undead, or maybe just the natural corruption of the area. But it does yield some help, as the moonlight some of it pierces through the clouds above. And you're keeping an eye on the street, and that moonlight lights up a part of the street where you can see a lone individual with long hair, with a sword strapped to her back. She is flanked by two other sort of heavier armored undead, and she seems to be kind of slowly glancing about.
I kind of nudge Renalphus and point out that group.
And where are they? They're like passing like right in front.
They're close. They're like 40, 50 feet down the road. They're not like heading directly towards the magpie. It's clear that whatever this is, it's just an extra patrol.
Okay.
And you actually, because I know you had asked about the patrols of the town,
Mhm.
this arrangement is new.
Okay.
Mostly because the woman who is in front is not undead.
So we got a living woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to ask it this way, but I have to. What's she wearing?
Yeah.
Oh, there's really no way to have that
No.
question answered, huh?
You can't go half-ass on a question like that.
You know what? I don't know how to answer that question. Sam, what's she wearing?
Yeah, I knew that was going to
Oh,
be the kick.
This is gonna get real good real quick, guys.
She is wearing. Damn it. No armor. But
she's
Brian.
badly injured.
Yeah.
Probably
She's
has
only
like
got
one
one
hit
leg.
point left.
1 hit point left, like we're good. Yeah, she is wearing no armor. Leathers, like animal furs, kind of this mismatch of different fabrics. That are clearly just like they're there because she's got to wear them. Nothing to look good, nothing to, any sort of coordination at all, really. But enough to like kind of wrap around her and tie at the waist. And her, she's wearing these kind of like very basic, like almost cotton breeches, that go down to like knee-high flat-footed boots. But clearly none of it is really taken care of very well. There's like tears and nothing has been like sewn together. The only thing that seems to be of any sort of like any sort of care to it is the scabbard that is strapped across her chest for a great sword that sits kind of. I assume she's carrying the great sword.
Yeah.
So she's carrying this giant sword, but clearly the sheath that she uses is strapped across her back, and those straps to keep it tied to her kind of crisscross her chest.
Okay. And there's
Thank you.
two like undead ogres or something.
These are different from ogres. These are medium-sized, humanoid undead
Oh.
in full dark plate mail.
Okay.
I was just about to ask what they were wearing.
The the helmets cover the majority of their skull, but you can see the now all too familiar 2 green glowing eyes emanating from within. Is there anything you guys wish to do, or are you just kind of keeping an eye for the moment?
I am going to... Where is everybody sleeping? Did everybody just like take rooms upstairs, or is anybody just like on the main floor in the bar area?
That's usually my bed.
Behind the bar.
Behind the bar, yeah.
I probably took setting the guardian at the base of the stairs instead of the front door, to kind of watch your backs. I'm staying in my family's room on the first floor, or the next floor up.
I'm sleeping forever, Arsinoe told me.
Yeah.
I could sleep.
Which was pick a room.
I feel like it's someone else's house. You don't just go like wander into.
Oh, queen size bed, clearly for the parents. Mine, dibs.
We all just ran in full force upstairs and kind of like Real World where you have to go claim your room.
Yeah.
God.
No,
100%.
obviously, Flit would have claimed the queen size bed.
Yeah.
All themselves. No, I tell Boykin to keep a close eye on them, but remain hidden. And I am going to back up. And I'm gonna go like halfway up the stairs, so that if shit does go down, I can wake everybody in a hurry, and then go back to help Boykin.
Good call. Okay. Boy, can you keep an eye on her? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I ignore all of that. I'm just kidding. No, I was gonna say that. I was gonna just say I was gonna keep an eye.
I mean, unless you would like our roles switched, but
No,
I'm
good with
guessing
it.
you might
I'm good
have
with
the
it.
better eyes, and you saw them first.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it's all good. I just kind of give you a nod and
Okay.
I guess keep an eye on the peeps walking down the street.
You keep a close eye. And there is one little detail that I must add to Sam's description. As she...
All of it was a lie.
Yes, it is Vecna.
She gets...
Roll initiative.
They get closer and you realize that it's just a zombie.
Yeah. As she turns her head, on her neck is a rune that almost looks like a brand into her skin that glows with this deep purple, sort of rotting energy. That even in, from this distance, you can see it pretty clear as day. It is not really... She doesn't seem to care too much about it being hidden. But she continues to scan the area. She glances at the magpie for a moment. And then turns and gestures to the 2 knights following her. And they turn and walk down another alleyway. It's clear that something has caught the attention of upper management as tension is high. But this mysterious woman and her 2 knights continue moving along the streets and away from the magpie.
Question.
Answer.
Could we see, was it a human or was the woman a human?
She's visibly human.
Okay, cool, perfect. That was it. I Brad, I actually write down the race.
There you go. I gotcha. You still keep an eye out. Still feeling a little bit of that tension, but after a few minutes, other than the standard patrol that walks the street that you guys have come to expect, nothing else really comes out of the woodwork. With that in mind, who I believe, Malice, you said you're taking second and third?
Second, yeah. Whatever the after 4 hours it ends up being.
Okay. Is anybody staying up with Malice?
I was going to take second.
Okay.
So.
Well, then we'll do this, because then technically it's what, every 2 hours? Is that the rotation? Or is it 3? 4 hours per...
numbers are hard.
I was about to be like, okay, so it's 2 hours.
We usually
no,
we usually run every two. We usually run every 2 hours.
Oh, okay. Jesus
and
Christ.
then
It changes every single time we talk about it.
I think it's every 2 hours, and the Malice usually takes the back 2 watches if someone else wants to join, since I don't need those.
A long rest needs to be 8 hours. So if we do 3-hour shifts, that's 9 hours. And then nobody is ever by themselves.
That's fine too.
That's cool. So Malice is still asleep.
I sleep for 4 hours and then I get up, so someone can wake me after 4 hours.
I'll take second.
Okay.
With Chio.
So Chio and
I'll take the
Arsinoe.
last one with Malice.
Okay.
All right. Chio and Arsinoe, give me a perception check.
Oh, fucking bullshit dice. On like.
Rhodes shit
19.
talking her dice under her breath.
Both of you.
Oh, you had 19. That's still good. 11.
Dice didn't pull its weight.
Well,
God, just phoning it in. Again, Rhodes, just with these perception and survival checks. Man, I'm just kidding. You guys keep a sharp eye. And I'll say even with a 19, Chio, you think you can see in the distance along the rooftops of the castle, there's a little bit of movement as something essentially shifts position to another spot on a neighboring tower.
Does it seem like, I guess the entire time I'm watching, I'm thinking of how long it took us, like basically from the time we got shot at to the time that it is now. Like, I'm trying to determine if this person stops, sleeps. Like, I can't stay awake forever. So during that 3 hours, does that person stay up there the entire time?
Make me make me a survival check. That's what I'm going with for this one.
8.
You swear
Is that you
dice
grabbing
for
your
a
dice
19,
jail again?
But not an 8.
Yes.
no, that one got jailed.
Yeah, because that's a natural one. So that one deserves jail. This one at least gets a second chance to try again.
You keep an eye. You don't see any change in their pattern. It's not like they disappear for a couple of hours and then come back. You essentially watch as throughout the 2 hours, every 30-40 minutes or so, you see this small shadow leap from one tower to the next. It is ever present.
Okay.
But other than that, nothing else raises any red flags. It seems everything is tense but quiet this evening.
Okay.
All right. So you retrieve Flit and, well, just Malice for the third watch, or Or does
I was
Flit
gonna
want to
watch
push
with
it?
her.
Okay. So it means you're going to be up for 2 watches as a gnome that may have some side
No,
effects.
we
Just all
changed. We
one.
changed to the 3s.
Yes.
You need to write this down.
3 watches.
Do you remember
I'm gonna put it.
this
I'm gonna put it-
conversation, Cujo? The hand conversation?
Yeah, the hang conversation. There was a
I've
3 in
been
there.
DMing for many years. I can do this. I can handle this. I can do this. I can do this.
Say it louder. I heard it helps if you say it louder.
I love it.
Okay. JK, Malice, and Flit, go ahead and make your perception checks.
Yeah.
As we're handing off, I do ask them to take note of if they see that bird, presumably up there the entire time.
Okay.
4.
Okay.
17.
Okay. Malice, you keep a eye on the spot where you had spotted that bird.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it matches with what Chio is pointing to. Whole time throughout your shift, still moving back and forth.
Just towers, though.
Just towers.
I don't see it leave the towers. I don't see it fly elsewhere, or at least appear to go someplace else. Every 30 to 40 minutes, it just seems to... Is the rotation in a fixed sort of pattern? Like, is it going clockwise, counterclockwise? I don't know what the towers look like on this castle, so...
It rotates between 3 towers.
Okay.
And they are the towers that are overlooking the rest of the city.
Okay.
So every 30, 40 minutes, it moves from one to the middle, to the next, to the middle, the back, blah, blah, blah. So it does have a routine.
Okay. I'll clock the routine at least, in case we need to get in or out of somewhere. We can try and time it to when it's in one of the others.
Okay. With that, the sun rises. Everybody gets their long rest. And the day is yours. Now, just to confirm, you said you were going to meet with Mira and Intari. They were going to come to the Magpie at, you said 10, right?
Yeah, I said about 10 because I figured like we probably weren't going to get back to the Magpie until like 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then giving some time if they're late or whatever, like just
Yeah.
mid-morning is fine.
Okay.
Make brekkie.
Yeah.
Start making some brunch, cooking up some food, sausages.
Yeah.
The first thing Chio does when she wakes up is look at the towers to see if she can see the Kinku.
Okay,
He's
make
been
me
there all
a
night.
perception check.
All night. Back and forth.
That's better. 29.
With a 29, you can still... thankfully, now that it is morning, you can see it a little bit clearer. It is still up. Still doing its thing. I will say, with your 29, you've noticed that the movement isn't as rigid, as purposeful, as now it's daytime. People are going to be out on the streets doing their normal thing. So the rotation does still happen, but it's not as on edge, if that makes any sense.
Sure. Okay.
There is a little bit of a light rain that does start to fall, sort of causing a little bit of that vision of those towers to obscure just a little bit, but you can still clearly see it. But is there anything you guys wish to do before Mira and Intari arrive?
Are we going to the puzzle pig first thing before we have our
I just need 10 minutes.
gathering, or do we want to...
Well, I need 10 minutes and then it's an hour. to eat.
Would you prefer to eat before we leave? It's good to have a full stomach.
Probably not
we
a bad
should eat-
idea.
We should eat before we leave.
Okay.
So once they get here, I will start preparing that spell.
Okay. The morning, nothing really out of the ordinary happens. You can spot the, handfuls of people sort of milling on the streets. That same ever-present weight on everybody's shoulder. Until you can spot a hooded figure wearing similar clothes that you had encountered last night in Intari. You see that the hood has sort of this tent sort of function, because horns are still there. And a fire ganassi who is struggling with a hood because her hair is fire and it will burst into flames if she puts a hood up. So she's sort of trudging through the rain as they approach the magpie.
I missed the last, 5 minutes because I was frozen.
Cool. The nothing happened. Intari and Mira are on the approach. Mira is not wearing a hood because her hair is fire, and it will burst into flames if she wears it. So, there you go.
Okay. Up to speed.
Yeah. But they do eventually knock on the door and make their entrance and all that stuff. Mira immediately, shakes off a little bit of the rainwater. Oh, this is nice and warm and not rainy. Awesome. Great. Cool.
Does the rain turn to steam when it hits you?
Yeah. It stings a little. Not like it hurts. It's just the act of it turning into steam just has a weird, tingly effect on my skin. It's just not fun. Not fun at all.
That's weird.
Okay. Well, thanks.
I mean, cool weird, not bad weird.
She, immediately, the moment you said weird, her whole behavior shifts, and she's like, oh, well, sorry, we can't all be black-eyed creepers like you.
I mean, you could.
I literally don't think I can, but, thanks, though. Anyway, so, what's the plan? What are you doing?
First, breakfast.
Yes. Brunch.
Brunch.
Oh, you get
Drinks.
brunch?
Arsinoe will pull the gem-encrusted bowl.
Definitely not a shit bowl.
Definitely not a shit bowl. Out of, I think it was in the bag of holding. Wherever it was. And start to cast Hero's Feast.
Okay. You cast the spell. Tell me what your Hero's Feast looks like.
It is buffet style on the bar. And it's this big spread of freshly baked, cinnamon bread and fruits and breakfast meats, a quiche, mimosas, Bloody Marys, just the best brunch ever. Waffles, just a whole spread of the warmest, heartiest food, comfort food.
Intari and Mira definitely dive in. Intari hits the Bloody Marys. I'm guessing, right, Rhodes? She strikes me as
That
more of a
seems
Bloody Mary
accurate.
versus a mimosa.
Yeah, she wants, and she's tiefling, so hot doesn't bother her. So she's full on all the tahini everywhere you can.
Mira is 100% a mimosa, so she is attacking those. But yeah, tell me the effects of Hero's Feast one more time.
Hero's Feast. Creature, everybody who partakes, which everybody can partake. Is cured of all diseases and poison. Becomes immune to poison and being frightened. Makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage. And its hit point maximum also increases by 2d10 and gains that same number of hit points.
Okay.
So I apologize for rolling shit. 9.
It's something.
Okay.
Okay, it's okay.
All right.
No.
So that adds 9 to our maximum number of hit points, right?
Correct. So you would override. Do you override and add?
You would
Right, you could
override
modify
your
it.
max and then make sure that whatever new max you have,
Includes that.
yes.
Can't you just use the max HP modifier too?
Yeah,
When you click on it, that's what I do.
There we go.
yes. Don't put it in the override max HP, and then you have 9 hit points.
You mean like I just did? Cool.
You too, huh?
I also did that.
Wow.
D&D
And
Beyond!
then in your defenses, don't forget to put immune to, what did I say? Poison?
Poison and the
And
frightened
frightened.
condition.
And the frightened condition.
Oh, I don't have poison. I don't have poison yet. No immunity.
And that is for 24 hours, and I am tapped out of 6th level spell slots, kids.
All right.
I don't even have 6 level spell slots.
What's a spell slot?
What's
Such a
6th
d-
level?
It's like those things that you use.
They're
to,
pockets. They're pockets.
Flurry
Pockets.
of blows, but like minor pockets for things to use.
Minor pocket.
And our pockets.
Pocket.
And poison.
Pockets.
Frightened. Sleep. Disease. I'm running out of space for immunities.
It's absurd.
All right.
Oh, Kuja, when I wake up, do I still feel funky?
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, fuck.
If you're standing near me, you get an additional 4 when you do it.
Maybe Malice and Flit go to wake her up together.
Actually, we probably woke everyone up
Oh,
because we
fuck.
were up.
Hold on. The D4 decided it wanted to
Oh
launch
no!
itself
No!
onto the floor.
Just like my maps all over again.
Yeah, it really was.
Maps from what?
I'm glad you asked. Incarnate, the premier map making site for all your
late night
fantasy gaming needs.
24.
24.
Yeah.
You it takes a second to kind of like fully wake up and sort of take inventory of all the bumps and bruises that traveling and adventuring and all that has left behind, but you don't feel that weight on you that you did previously.
Wonderful. Great.
But the brunch is complete. You all find that even as you know that you are about to lead an assault on a castle filled with highly powerful undead, you take solace in this, moment of just enjoying some nice, good food before the day begins. So,
I wish I had a spell that I could make brunch whenever I wanted.
It's not whenever we want, unfortunately.
That would be so cool.
I feel like this is the first time we've had good food in a while. You don't realize how, bleh it tastes until you have this.
but you gather yourselves, you gather your equipment, and I assume you all are heading to the Puzzled Pig. Is that correct?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay. As you set out, you can hear this general hubbub amongst the people that you pass by. That, some people say, "Oh, they knocked on my door. They wanted to do another inspection in my house. I don't know why. Like, there's this general conversation of an additional layer of security that the undead
that's not what I wanted.
had seemingly employed the night before, where some houses and others had been raided or further inspected to make sure that there were no dark dealings amongst the populace. No casualties that you guys heard, but you continue forward until you come to a building that is not too dissimilar from the Magpie. Very much still the very Tim Burton-esque building, but you can see that this one does have a sign out front. Mind you, one of the chains has since been broken, but you can see the puzzled pig. You can see in through the windows that there are some patrons milling about. I will say that the main room that does house the bar is a little bit larger to house more of the clientele in this part of the city. Stepping in, you can see, Arsinoe, you kind of hit it on the head. A lot of what seem to be regulars from this part of town, a little bit more upper scale clientele. We can actually do this, and we'll go back to this. We'll drop that down a little bit. Behind the bar, Arsinoe, you recognize someone. A human male that you had encountered not one evening before. He hasn't noticed your groups enter yet, but is in the middle of serving a table that looks like belongs to what was once nobility, but now is sort of on the same playing field as every other living person in the city. You see that they're wearing some robes that maybe at one point looked fancy, maybe a little bit more upper scale, now showing clear signs of wear and tear. You can see a couple of the other patrons sort of glance in your direction, but you do hear one of them say, "Iska, how about another ale? It was a rough time getting some sleep last night." And you see the man go, yeah, just 1 second. And as he moves to go pull the ale, he spots all of you. Kind of gives a reserved expression of recognition before moving behind the bar to get that ale. What do you guys do?
I find a seat.
Okay.
I also find a seat.
Okay.
Yeah, if there's a table big enough, or two tables that we can push together.
Eat those people.
Yeah, we're those. We are those people.
I'm twice the size of anybody else in this bar, I think. So if somebody has a problem with it, they can grab a step stool and tell me to my face.
Did we leave Coco back at the other place?
We did. I would have, before we left, I would have made sure that Coco had feed for enough food for the next 2 days, I think.
That works. You guys do slide two tables together, as you do have a group of 8. And eventually, making his way over, the individual named Iska approaches, mainly looking at Arsinoe as he speaks. What can I get you today?
Just some. I'll look at the group. Refreshments for now.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Whatever you have. I know supplies are dwindling.
Not in this part of town, but I'll make sure you guys are given some nice refreshments before whatever day's events you have come down the pipeline. And he turns and immediately starts pulling ale for all of you.
Can I roll an insight
Go for it.
on this motherfucker? Because he's being, like, low-key rude. I've seen that retail rude.
I've seen that
Tell
aggressive
me he's not being
compliance.
retail rude. Yeah, it's that malicious compliance kind of dickbag. Dirty 20.
With a dirty 20, first off, you do recognize this man from the night before.
I didn't think I was there.
Yeah, he threw himself into my arms last night.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. But that was one instance, and it was a brief interaction. He is very uncomfortable with you all sitting here in his tavern.
Do we all just want to go up and give him a group hug? Will that make things better?
When his back is turned, I'm gonna lean over to Chio, and in Thieves' Cant, indicate. I'm not gonna make it up because I'm gonna fuck it up.
No, make it up.
It's
I'm sure
poor
Dustin will
tomatoes.
totally let it slide and not
It's
bring it up
tomatoes.
every single time we play D&D or anything.
Tomato, 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 tomato.
Tomato.
One time I tried to actually use Thieves' Cant, and I will never live it down.
Nope.
But say to you, Chio, that guest we had the other night? And kind of nod.
She'll nod in return, and her eyes are a little bit more like trying to be not like super, but she's now tracking his movements behind the bar a little bit more.
Eventually, he does return with a full tray of ale for everybody who wants it, and places it in sort of the center in between the two tables.
Chio
Anything
immediately
else
just
that I
hands
can-
hers to Renalphus.
Yeah, Flit slides hers to Renalphus as well.
Or Boykin.
I guess I
assume they're
start
sitting next to each
pounding
other, and
ales.
I put it in the
Thank
middle
you.
between Boykin and Renalphus, who are sitting next to each other. I'm like, you guys figure that out.
Hey, cheers.
I grab two tankards with one hand. Here's a Boykin.
Oh,
And
cheers back
you know
to
how like
I'm-
you know how you can hold like 4 or 5 solo cups between your fingers, and as you drink them, the one at the end pours into the next one, pours into the next one.
We call that one "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls." I'll do it with you.
Wow.
17 for my con save you were about to ask for.
Oh,
I-
I'll also do a Constitution save.
Yeah, I'll say for the both of you guys specifically.
Please don't get. Tracy, you failed it, didn't you?
It's a niner.
4, 13.
Oh wait, never mind. I get advantage. 14.
+4.
+4.
+4.
Oh,
18. Okay.
18.
So 21 for me then.
I'll say for the two of you, despite your best efforts,
I'm a
you
thirsty guy.
you do not.
You just had a huge breakfast with a lot of carbs. That should
Yeah.
get you drunk.
Oh, don't
I
worry,
ate,
special
like-
guest. I know, right?
I
Our
ate
special
like
guest,
40 pancakes.
our special guest had said, and then the final battle never happens as the party just gets smashed pre-gaming too hard.
What a waste
mean-
of heroes' feast.
There's worse ways to not
Yeah.
go to the final battle.
If you
But
aren't drinking on the way to the final battle, is it really the final battle?
valid. Iska says, "Is there anything else that I can do for you, or will you be on your way?"
We'd like to at least enjoy your prosperous stock?
He narrows his eyes, almost like a sibling glaring at his younger sister.
How much do we owe you?
On the house, my treat. Wouldn't want to inconvenience you.
Very generous of you, knowing how much gold goes.
Well, considering what part of town you guys look like you're from, I wouldn't want to take away your week's rations or anything like that. So
I'm gonna stand up at that. And I'm gonna... I stand up, and I ask this gentleman if there's a problem.
as long as you're all here, yeah, there's a problem. And as you guys start to, like, do that, like, I'm going to take a step towards you movement, you hear...
Oh, I don't move.
Hey, Iska, maybe don't start a fight. And at the table, where the nobility was seated, you spot a halfling. Arsinoe knows who this halfling is. The mayor of the town, Mason Reese.
Oh my god.
He was trying to warn us, maybe.
Oh yeah, he'd already been trying to warn us.
Oh.
Sorry about Iska. There's some unsavories last night who, kind of did a little more thorough inspection than I think he was expecting, right, Iska? And he kind of still glaring daggers at Renolphus.
Put my hand on Renolphus's arm.
Yeah, something
be
definitely
quick.
has
Oh, and
people
I-
spooked.
Yeah, I mean, for the record, I don't do that, like, take a step forward to get in
know.
your face. I'm 8 feet tall. I don't have to move.
Watch the ceiling there, Renolphus. Might put a hole in it.
But the halfling speaks up again. Oh, well, it looks like you guys are probably a little tired too. Did you guys get an inspection too last night?
No inspection, just some additional patrols, though.
Oh, well. Consider yourselves lucky. Unfortunately, it was kind of in the middle of the night. Kind of interrupted a lot of people's sleeping schedule. You just...
Is the whole group aware of the mayor being shifty? I can't recall.
I'll say, for everybody except for Arsinoe, make a history check. Okay.
10.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
17.
Nice.
7.
Okay. Malice, you didn't quite key in to what you had heard while in town. But I'll say the rest of you do sort of recall hearing that the mayor was a halfling, and sort of matching that with his current company at his table, you can kind of put two and two together. Also factoring in Iska's behavior, it sort of becomes clear.
I'll use my awakened mind to speak to Iska if he will allow me to telepathically. I don't know. I think that it's only him that can hear me unless I'm speaking directly to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And I just say, thank you for the warning. We're not here to cause you trouble.
Can he speak back to you?
Yeah.
He's still looking at Renolphus and eventually steps away, but he does communicate back to you. If you hear about the tunnel, you may have to wait a little bit.
Do you know where the entrance is?
I might.
We'll wait and not cause you trouble.
I appreciate that. And tell your cleric friend that she needs to kind of handle her bugbear a little bit closer.
If he had stepped away from me and loses, if he backs down, I will sit down.
Okay.
I'll just say back to him, Mr. Ranulph is a little cranky sometimes, but he's got our back when we need it.
You do not get a response to that one.
And I'll just, I'll look at Arsinoe, since she is the one that was mostly speaking to him, and just say, I don't think I'm feeling so good after all. I think that I'd like to go back and lay down for a little while. Out loud I'm saying that, but in your head I'll say, he knows where the entrance to the tunnel is. We have to wait a while.
Okay. Let's let the boys finish and we'll head back.
Oh, well, you know, Iska, you still have some rooms, right? And Iska, like, he's facing away and, like, pulling another ale, but you just see his shoulders, like, like, deflate. Yeah, you know, I do.
Flit will interrupt and say, it's okay, it's just that I have this condition, and my medicine, I accidentally left it back where we're staying. And I was waiting a little bit to take it. Don't like to take it on a full stomach, because it's just, oh, you know how some of those things can be.
It sneezes and turns into a potted plant.
Flick, go ahead and make me a deception check.
Six.
Mason says, "Oh, well, okay, well, not a problem," and just sort of turns.
Actually,
back.
wait.
Yep.
I'm gonna. Sorry, I do have an ability that gives me advantage, so I'm gonna use my Tides of Chaos to take advantage on that.
Okay, go for it.
Much better. Do I get the +4 for being my?
Yeah.
No.
Oh no. Okay.
It's only saving throws,
Okay.
I think.
Well, 8, not better, but
Okay. Mason still sort of reacts like, okay, you know, you can
she tries
kind
to
of
play it up and kind of like leans against Arsinoe's arm a little bit, like.
The mayor says, "Oh, okay," and just sort of turns back to his present company at his table. A few tense minutes go by where Mira is essentially like keying into the drama and like, where did this start? And then Tari's like, I don't give a fuck. Just want to kill things.
Who all is at the table with this halfling?
You spot.
Is it anyone we're familiar with? I guess is a better question.
I will actually say that Malice, you notice now that you kind of key into the table.
What?
There is a humanoid creature sitting next to Mason that at one point you would have identified as a dryad. A creature made of plants and vines and vegetation. Unfortunately, the transformation that a lot of Eladrin and Fey wild creatures had gone through also applied to this creature. And you can see, instead of beautiful greenery, you know, nice healthy vines that sort of make up her form, you see just this constant sort of damp, sort of dull, grayish appearance. All the roots look like they're almost rotting. Where once there may have been a flower bud for to resemble hair, now it's just wilted and sort of hangs in front of her eyes. She is wearing some decent armor, And given the coat of arms, you register that she is actually the captain of the guard. It is still, her armor is still beaten up and shows wear and tear, but she does still have some authority. The other two people at that table, one looks to be we'll say an older dwarf, who is completely bald, and you kind of catch a glimpse and can see along the chin that the hair has been removed, and there is actually a burn scar there. And the other individual is a human, with like a cool blue robes with the hood up, but just enough to kind of conceal the hair. You can see fair features. He seems a little bit slender. Maybe he needs to eat a sandwich. But
We had good sandwiches.
those two specifically look more of the noble variety and not combatants by any means. A couple tense minutes go by before eventually the mayor, Mason, stands from his seat along with Captain of the Guard and the two nobles and says, "All right, Isco, well, appreciate the breakfast. I hope we can get some decent sleep at some point." And Isco says, not a problem, sir. Sure we'll be seeing each other again soon. Feel free to stop by anytime. Make sure to treat you some good food." The mayor kind of nods and waves to your table. "It was nice meeting all of you. Take care of yourselves."
As well, Mayor.
And he, along with his little entourage, make their way out of the tavern. The moment the door closes, Iska looks right back at Flit and does one of these.
She just says, we should wait to make sure he doesn't come back.
Knowing him, he's got to make his check-in with boss lady, so he's probably going to be indisposed for a little bit.
Boss lady? Not the person controlling the dragon?
No, if you can believe it, higher up than the one controlling the dragon. She reports directly to him.
You see, he sees Flick kind of make a face like, Any idea what we might be up against with her?
Don't get caught in front of her when she's got her sword drawn.
She nods her head.
Give me 5 minutes. There's a storage room towards the back of the tavern. One by one, make your way in that direction. That's typically where I have the lavatory, so nobody will really kind of key into what you're doing. I'll meet you back there in 5 minutes.
And flitches. And telepathically to everybody, because are there other patrons in the bar?
There are,
still?
yeah. They're just
Okay.
sort of getting their breakfast and their coffee and all that stuff.
So she'll relay the message telepathically to everybody in the party that will allow her, and when she gets to Chio, she kind of does what he did and like kind of asking Chio for permission, as she's learned by now, to relay it to her as well.
Theo's unavailable at this moment. Please leave a message.
It's the voice of her father. I'm sorry, she is indisposed.
And then she's like, hi, Miss Chio. I just wanted to leave you a message to let you know.
You get 4 messages.
Yeah.
She runs
Gio,
out the time.
it's been 5 seconds since I left the last message, and you still haven't allowed the next one, so here I am again.
If you respond to this message in case you didn't know, okay, thank you.
Except when she gets the messages, they all play at once, so it's just Flit's voice on top of Flit's voice.
Oh, that'd be like the squeakiest message ever.
Way worse than death.
She's
right
like,
there.
"Oh God, the tape got stuck. The tape got stuck."
And after a few minutes, she'll look at her friends after she had said she wasn't feeling well earlier, just to keep up pretenses, and say, I'm gonna go find the lavatory before we head out. She kind of like, and walks to the back.
Okay. I assume one by one.
Yeah, but wait like 5 minutes, and then I feel like Valis will get up and be like, I feel like I should go check on her. Just go be back.
One by one. I'll say, Flit, you do find the storage room. It's a very thin... it's a room, but it's mostly taken up by just kegs and kegs of ale. So the walkability of this room is very limited. But, one by one, you all find your way into this room. And soon after, Iska joins you. You don't have a lot of time. He sort of pushes past. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's a little cramped in here. Can you just move your arm? Like, just pushes through to one of the barrels.
I don't move.
Neither does Antari.
He sack taps Renolphus and face palms Antari.
I'm sure he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He'll just sort of
He
stare.
values his life.
Yeah.
He goes to, and then it's like, nope.
Actually, I imagine since both Antari and Renolphus wield glaives, they just like this.
Yeah. Ching.
Glaive buddies.
Aw.
He does approach one of the barrels, and you see he turns the tap and pulls, and it's lower to the ground, but you can see that it dips down. The keg itself is empty, and there is a tunnel that goes underneath the tavern itself.
Secret tunnel.
Jesus.
That's like,
I had to.
God damn it. But he
Flick
says...
kind of like examines down.
It's been clear. I've been keeping an eye. I don't even think that they know it's there.
I would guess not. Doesn't seem like they've taken too much stock for things that might be hidden around the town. Will we be able to get in here tonight?
Yeah. I can make sure you guys get in. As long as they don't have another surprise patrol coming through.
You're being awfully helpful, considering our conversation.
What can I say? Your words hit home.
I'm sure.
It's the same thing. To live. We saw the sun. It sounds stupid, doesn't it? Being so happy to see the sun. Don't you want to see it again?
There are a lot of things that I would like to do before I die. I was just hoping to put the death off as far as I could, but it seems people like you, the meddlers, prefer to change that plan. So, why fight against it when there are so many of you and only one of me?
It'll be our death on your doorstep, not yours. And if it goes wrong, then there'll be new decorations in the town square, I'm sure, to serve as a warning, and you can go about your business as you have been, trying to fly under the radar. And then you can always talk about how you told us so. But in the meantime, we do appreciate the help.
You say these words in the usual bitterness softens a little. Make sure the door's open. I would recommend coming just before the sun sets.
I heard this place has great things to eat for dinner.
Well, we are allowed to have a little bit more funding, given that we are housing some of the nobility. So, hell, if you want, you guys could... You guys could stay if you want. Until it's time to go.
We'd be happy to hide in a room upstairs if that would make it easier for you.
You know what? That actually does make me feel a little bit better.
Flit will reach into her bag, and when I rolled like shit on my watch this morning, she was probably tinkering with some of the spare wires she keeps in her pocket, and she just produces what looks just like a little tiny like wire wrapped flower. It's probably about like this big. And she just gives it to him. Thank you.
He hesitates for a moment before he does take the flower. Alright, this is kind of cute. And he just pushes past all of you without waiting for a response.
Guess we're gonna be stuck in a room, but it seemed like the best option.
Waiting for sunset.
I mean, do we have anything else?
It's either that or leave now.
You think?
I don't think it matters anymore, didn't we say?
At this point, we might as well just go. Sooner it's all over with, the better.
Dragon's there either way. And if that mayor is going to meet with someone,
That means that she'll be occupied.
at least for a little bit.
It's true.
Then we should go. And Flit will wait for Iska to step out and like close the door behind himself. And she's going to cast Message. It has 120 foot range.
Okay.
We'll save you the trouble of hiding us.
Can he
Try not
respond?
to be, and I'll just say, hopefully you don't see us strung up in the morning. You can respond to this message.
Keep your wits about you. That's all you get in response. As you all prepare yourselves.
Pooja, one quick thing.
Okay.
As we head in down, Arsenoe's gonna pull her mask on. And then take that single gold piece that she had taken from him the other night and set it on top of the keg before jumping down.
All right. As one by one, you all make your way into the tunnel. The camera pulls away from the puzzled pig. And soars above the city before finding the castle and the crater at its heart. The camera slowly dives down, taking in all of the destruction in the central part of this castle. Down, down, to a small cavern built into the side of the crater wall, where an individual is toiling away, reading more pages of their book. Our special guest, would you like to make yourself known? Assuming you're there. I really hope you're there.
I am here.
Okay,
Sorry,
thank God.
I got food, and I
Okay.
was
You
eating.
did it.
Gotcha.
Let me. Boop. I'm sorry. Am I describing myself?
You can describe yourself as much as you would like. Basically, you are in your lair at the very deepest part of Castle Delita. You have many of the pages of the Book of Vile Darkness, in front of you, and Skin Gorger, your Dracolich, slumbers below.
Okay. As you see this very pale elf who's wearing old robes with a shimmering studded leather armor on top of it. And the robes look really old, even for, because some elven nobles, you can always see their fashions are a little outdated, because, what was brand new a century ago is still perfectly fine. This even seems older than that, and he has a, half skull mask. So, think a Batman mask, except it's a skull. Skull man. But he is, and he is gaunt, almost sickly looking, to the point that if you have that information, he is actually a Shadarkai.
Okay. A true Shadarkai, not a transplant from the Feywild.
And he is overlooking the pages and notes, and if you see him flipping over them, he is not actually touching the book. He is simply gesturing at it, and the pages are flipping as he peruses through the pages for the knowledge he has clearly been absorbing for some time.
Okay.
Fucking extra.
As you are perusing over this gift from the Whispered One, you can hear movement coming from the chamber itself. In order to get to your part of this massive crater, some of these pillars had been left behind, some debris from when the fall occurred, and haphazard bridges had been constructed to lead to your platform. And you can see a small Kenku wearing dark leathers. Actually, Dustin, what does Gunshot wear?
Hold on, and I shall tell you. Because you've put me on the spot, and yeah. I was not expecting to have to describe him.
Yeah, I know. Ian, just for context, these characters that Sam and Dustin have described, actually, you would know this very well. They are Vecna's chosen. Alongside you, they are his, he calls them his children. The ones that he has selected to survive his apocalypse.
So, this Kenku, all black feathers, most, he absolutely crow looking. And he wears, like you said, just kind of black armor and not so much armor, more just shirt and jacket. Though it does provide some protection. He has a bandolier across his chest, and if I am not mistaken, on his back looks to be a I don't think they're called scabbards for rifles, but I'll use the term anyway.
Holster?
Although, yeah, this long gun holster is actually empty because the rifle is pretty much from the elbow down on one arm is gun.
this Kenku approaches, keeping the rifle somewhat at ease. And in a
Resting on
voice...
his shoulder. He just
Yeah,
stands
that's
like
fair.
this all the time.
In a voice that you are quite familiar with as being the voice of the Whispered One, you hear this sound emanate.
Thought I saw movement last night. Your suspicions may be correct.
So there are some rats scurrying in my city. Interesting.
The voice changes to mimic yours. Rats scurrying.
Do we have any numbers?
No numbers.
Are they a threat?
I'm trying to think of a way to answer in Kenku. Yeah, because at this point it's a fucking language. In the barbarian's voice, whose name is Zora, you hear everything's a threat.
How clever. Do you have a location where you saw the scurrying?
Slums.
I don't know why I expected rats to live anywhere different. We shall have to do a deep cleaning.
Tonight.
Tonight.
You see the Kenku. Not quite bow, maybe nods, before slowly turning and starts making his way back up.
This pedantic little prick doesn't bow at anything. Just throwing that out there.
And with
You're
that,
gonna regret bringing all of our characters, and we're like, actually.
it's fine. I could just make Rock's Fall happen at any time. I mean, it's the magic of being the DM.
Look at
Rock's
that.
falling, gunshot dies. Oh, thank God.
Oh, look at that.
Need
Gunshot
somebody to
dies.
help mix
What did he
rock
die
fall?
of?
I know a guy.
Heart disease.
But at this point, we're going to take a quick little 5-10 minute break. Just so people can go use the bathroom, get refreshments, whatever it is that they're going to do. So be back with us in about 5 or 10 minutes, and we will continue afterwards. But in the meantime, enjoy this Monument Studios ad. They are wonderful. They've supplied us with this magical thing. So go, live, be free, and we love you.
Good day to you.
Helps if I unmute everything. Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. So, our party, one by one, starts climbing into this cramped, small tunnel. I am going to need acrobatics checks from everybody here. I know what I've said.
Guidance.
Same result. Awesome.
Oh.
Would you like me to roll for Intari?
Yes, since you have her character sheet. 4. Cool.
Natural 20.
There you go. Rhodes?
So Intari got a 17. All dice. Like,
Cool.
hold all the weight there. And fucking Chu only got an 18. Fucking
Only.
bullshit.
God, what the hell? All right.
Octavian got a 15.
He's just behind you guys.
It's been there the whole time.
Shouldn't do almost as well as the monk.
It's some goofy fucking Scooby-Doo shit.
Rodolphus, what'd you get?
13.
Okay. Malice?
15.
Okay. Flit got a 4. I'll say Flit, go roll with advantage, because it's, you know, you can move a little bit easier through this tunnel. Arsinoe, what'd you get? 5. Okay.
With a natural 1.
Okay.
Yeah. 17.
17. So, Flit, Chio, and Intari, you managed to climb through this tunnel without issue until it does eventually, I mean, it goes for quite a while before it eventually finally starts to curve upward. As you are all traveling, Arsinoe, you find that you are very slowly getting stuck, and you feel a little bit of claustrophobia start to set in. Now, I will say that immediately behind you is going to be Renulphus, Malice, and Boykin.
Sorry, guys.
Boykin, you are, sort of flexing your size and able to move around a little bit easier, but I'm going to need Renulphus. I will need an athletics check to try to dislodge Arsinoe from her pinned position in this tunnel.
I think we have to turn sideways through the section.
The armor, okay? It's the armor.
Does anybody want to help Renulphus out?
I can assist.
I'll
Lean
I'll
in.
go up to Arsinoe and just like grab her hands and be like,
Retract shifter.
just
This
have
is-
to breathe.
Suck it in.
Oh, not suck it in, just breathe.
Okay.
Keep
Right.
moving.
With assistance from other people, that is a 12.
Okay.
I'm gonna die in here.
Arsinoe.
Not gonna die.
Make me another acrobatics check. I'll say with advantage because you are getting some help from everybody around you as well. The DC has been lowered a little bit.
Oh, good.
Guidance.
Guidance for sure, Z's. Why are you hopping out of there? Knock it off. Much better. 21.
Okay. There's this solid moment
Only the
of
poo of the tree.
There is this solid moment of terror as you find that you can't move in this underground tunnel. But after a rather painful push, you eventually move past your blockage. And this sounds like a bad bathroom trip. Anyway, you all manage slowly.
Are you inferring that Renulphus is like a laxative?
I mean, kind
And
of.
this situation is a hemorrhoid.
Jesus.
Speaking of hemorrhoids,
Get out of here.
You did this.
I know. I 100% know I did this. But one by one, each of you does eventually climb up out of this tunnel and find yourselves in the garden. Immediately, your surroundings, I mean, you can see that this garden has been left to the elements. A lot of the finery and, the bushes and greenery that was once well kept has succumbed to time and the natural corruption of the area that you are in. So there are some bushes that just lay dead, others have just overgrown and become this sort of monstrosity of greenery. You can see at the center of this garden, sort of in between where you can spot at the very far side a doorway leading further into the castle. You do see a mostly rotted and defaced statue of a large dragon. But the garden is yours to explore.
Casting Death Ward on myself.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea.
You guys press onward?
Main entrance, I believe, right? Garden, main entrance, ballroom, mirrors.
Mhm.
Yep.
From the garden, is this open as like a courtyard garden, or is it a fully outside the castle garden?
It's fully outside the castle garden.
Okay. What's between us and is there?
There is a very high wall that you did end up spotting some of the undead do patrol.
Okay.
Along the top of. In addition, there are some. There is a slight moat that does sort of cut through the land just in front of the wall as well. But you have already passed through
Okay.
that.
So there's distance between us and whatever the outer walls of this place are.
Yes. But you all press onward. And can I get a marching order real quick?
I don't mind being in front.
Okay.
I imagine Arsinoe is probably close to the front.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can
I'll
help
try to
keep
be
an eye
somewhere center.
I can
to
help keep an eye on the back.
Yeah. I want to get as many people within 10 feet of me as possible, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Flit kind of probably stays in the middle because she's not the fastest, but
Okay.
wants to make sure to kind of stay in the middle of the group. And since she's small, she can kind of probably maneuver around people as needed.
Okay. And Shio?
She hangs in the back, and she can catch up.
Flit, moving next to you is going to be Mira. And Renalphus, moving next to you is going to be Intari.
Slave buddies.
Oh my god, do you think they're touching slaves in the pool?
Jesus. Good lord.
It's your fault.
I guess it is. As you guys move through the entrance into the castle itself, I believe I said ballroom was the next. Okay.
Yes.
As each of you steps in, I need you guys to make a Constitution saving throw.
Is everyone within 10 feet at this point for me?
Let me see. You do have some more in your number.
Yeah.
I'll say... Yeah, I'll say yeah.
Okay, so 4 to everybody.
I can't remember the rules. Did Paladin bonuses stack?
Right, because Antari.
I think if she has an aura up, I don't see why not.
I think auras would stack, I think.
I believe hers is a plus. All friendly creatures, yeah, plus 3 on top of that.
Okay, so plus 7 to everyone.
Shit. All right.
I'm
Alright.
good.
Oh, thank Christ, I'm gonna need it.
What did you get?
An 11 plus 7, 18.
Okay.
The dice are coming back to haunt me.
Sam, I rolled an 18.
Oh, God.
Kids,
I
this
rolled
is
a
my-
natural 20 again.
Damn!
Ooh. What is that
For
for
a
you
cool,
then?
what did you say it was plus 7?
Plus
Yeah,
7
plus-
total, yeah.
Cool,
Plus
so
whatever yours is.
does 33 succeed or?
Fuck!
Okay.
Mine, I also rolled a 33.
Oh,
Holy
God
shit.
damn it.
X winning!
I'm 30 even. This is horse shit.
I rolled a 19. I have a plus 7, and I got another 7 from the 2 paladins.
So we joked
18,
about
and
them
I'm
becoming-
normally at a plus 5.
So we joked
Although-
about them becoming SEAL Team 6.
You know, for not being proficient in con saves, an even 30 is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
All right. Malice, what'd you get?
27.
27. Chio?
Oh, Chio and Intari also phoned it in at a 27.
Oh,
Both of
God.
them.
Jesus. I mean, why even roll? I'm just kidding. Arsinoe.
Oh man, I thought I did really good!
This enchantment in this lair is quite strong, and you just narrowly missed it.
Oh my god.
Future, why you gotta be singling out my wife? I'm gonna
She
drive
rolls
to your
like-
house and beat
Because she
you up.
rolls like shit.
Oh, is that the reason? Okay, carry on.
You are going to take 15 points of necrotic damage.
7 points of necrotic damage.
Also, what's your highest spell slot?
Oh, I swear to Christ. 5th level. That I have available, or that I have, like...
that you have available.
That I have a spell slot in?
Yes.
5th level.
All right. You are going to lose a 5th level spell slot. As this is a corrupted, dark, magical lair that you are stepping into. But you step through. Basically, you just feel this weight, similar to what you had felt when you touched the page of the Book of Vile Darkness. And
How
it
much did she
lasts
miss
for
it
just
by?
a moment. What's up?
How much did she miss it by?
I don't know if I can tell you that. Why? Why do you want to know?
Because I need
Just
to know.
do it. Just do it.
I don't know.
I'm gonna bend luck and give her a D4
Nice.
to her roll.
Okay.
I'll
Roll
see
that
if I
D4.
had luck on this character.
Roll it. Court. I don't trust myself.
Oh.
At 2.
So that would have been a...
20.
Yeah.
Just kidding. You get your spell slot back. You don't take any damage.
Oh, that was clutch.
The
Wait,
DC
so
was 20.
Clutch.
I'm sorry, I had to go
Damn.
find it and I couldn't find it. Then I was like, okay, it'll work for saving throws.
Yeah. The DC was 20, given that this is so close to Mundas Finem, and you're heading into Octavian's little playground. I figured that this was a rather suitable and powerful enchantment to place on the castle.
So, like, I think how Flit would have reacted, if I may, being that she rolled a 33 somehow, feeling that, like, dark magic, she kind of would have looked around, and if anybody looked like they were struggling, she would have just went like that.
Okay.
And 2 sorcery points, bend luck.
Okay.
Yeah, Cujo, do we get even those of us who save, do we get the sense that, like, something is weird? Like, is there an effect that we feel and then are able to shake off?
Yes. As you step... I can talk. As you set foot into the castle itself, there's this weight on everybody's mind and heart. You get this incredible sensation of dread as you set foot inside the castle itself. You guys managed to shake it off. You still feel a little uneasy, but there's no mechanical detriment. But yeah.
In response to this perceived attack, I am going to shift.
Okay.
I get even bigger.
Jesus Christ. I really just am tempted to just give you the size of a large creature at this point.
I already do.
Good. Then I'm gonna
Yeah,
modify that.
bugbears have like powerful builds, so in all the ways that help me, I count as large size.
Got it.
Yeah.
You guys continue moving through and can see that there is a large ballroom that sits before you, where once this was a beautiful room to host many a gala. The destruction of the fall, as you get closer and closer into the center, it starts to become more apparent. The wood of the flooring is now uneven. There's this thick layer of dust and that sort of hangs on each piece of large debris, large beams that had fallen from the ceiling. A chandelier had been crashed to the ground, many of its jewels scattered across the floor. It is large, and the garden that you were coming from, as you look back, in its heyday, this must have been beautiful, because above the doorway was this beautiful stained glass image that has long since shattered. As you all step in, you think you can hear some slight movement.
Alrighty, pee pee poo poo. Twice. Buy one, get one, babies.
God damn it. It'll never not be funny. You can't quite see what's making the noise. Go ahead.
For those playing the home game, the fuck's pee pee poo poo?
So
it's exactly what you would imagine. I'm really happy you asked.
Let's play
I'm glad
Brian's-
game.
Brian had
Because this has come up multiple times, and I'm like, okay, I've got to let it there, but I'm just like, what the hell? What the hell, Brian?
there was a couple weeks that Brian had to miss because there was something going on. And we still played, but I had to essentially play his character for him. And I just as a joke, as a prank, I renamed his Warhammer in D&D Beyond in all caps Pee Pee Poo Poo.
Okay.
And the one time he noticed, I was like, oh, that's really funny. And I was expecting he was going to change it back. But
He
it's
didn't.
Brian, and I learned a lesson. So now his weapon just is Pee Pee Poo Poo.
Okay.
It's quite mighty.
It sounds better in Dwarvish.
It doesn't quite translate right into
Sounds intimidating
in
as hell in dwarf.
In dwarves, it's just
Yeah.
the shit.
It means a mighty log.
Mighty log. Mighty log floating downstream.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus left this place a long time ago. Just kidding.
Every day we stray further from the Lord's light.
And further down the stream of people.
Oh my god.
All right, internet, goodbye.
Good night, everybody.
Oh
It
man.
might
We're
have been a
done
mistake
here.
to put us in the same.
I'm learning so many lessons by doing this, but you know what? It's all good.
You know what? Sometimes the best lessons are learned the hard way.
Jesus. So, anywho, you guys can hear some movement in the distance of this ballroom. What do you guys do? Obviously, Boykin prepares his hammer.
I'm sorry, movement within the ballroom.
Yes. You
Okay.
just hear, like, some of the debris get a little disturbed in the distance, and it sort of echoes off of the stone walls.
Can we tell which direction it's coming from?
You gather it. Well, make a perception check, actually.
2.
With a 2, with the echoing and everything, it's difficult to pinpoint where it could be coming from.
It's coming from within the room.
Oh my god.
Already a sacred flame.
I'm gonna activate a Crimson Right.
I'm
Okay.
going to prepare a mirror image. I'm not going to cast it yet, but if shit goes down, I'm gonna cast mirror image on myself.
Okay.
I will draw sword. Yeah.
Okay.
Prepare an action to go fuck something up if anything that's not, Actually, no, even if it is probably a rat, I might still kill it.
Okay.
Sorry. The door to the ballroom where we're hearing the noise, is it open?
It does. It is standing open. Yes.
Are we not in it yet?
Sorry. You guys have stepped into the ballroom
Okay.
itself. The
I'm sorry, I missed that part.
door on the far side of the room does stand open.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can I do a perception check to see where the noise is coming from? No
Sure.
offense.
Listen,
Um,
perception being a wisdom stat is stupid.
I mean, it's a 12. It's still.
With a 12. Sorry, my brain shut off for a second there.
It just went pee pee poo poo.
It,
I heard that.
Amen, brother.
Yeah, amen, brother. We're hearing all sorts of pee-pee poo-poo. I'm gonna mute myself.
You gather it is coming from one of the tables on the far side. The table legs have since been destroyed. A lot of them are sort of sitting at an angle, but you kind of glance in that direction and you see what looked like a partially cracked vase slowly just rolls off of the end of the table and clatters to the ground and shatters. But nothing visually, nothing showing up in your sight.
Can I divine sense?
You can. It is a feature of Paladin.
It is, which gives me 60 feet to detect celestials, fiends, undead, or anything affected by a hollow speller.
Okay. As you clutch your divine symbol.
Yeah.
And sort of extend.
Yeah, close my eyes.
You do sense undead in this room with you.
Can I tell where it's coming from? Even directionally?
For that, I'm going to say make me a perception check with advantage.
Okay.
Cujo,
Nice.
I made, while this is going on, I made a perception check, 15 if it relies on my heightened senses, either hearing or smell.
Okay.
And I'm 23.
With a 23, you gather that the undead feeling that you're picking up is everywhere in this room.
Uh-oh.
Not a specific point. Everywhere. And I will say,
This is about to get real good.
Renolphus, your, I think I called them shenanigans, the Blood Hunter shenanigans.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's like the hairs on the back of your neck are standing on end the longer you stay in this room.
Yeah. I'll look to Renolphus.
We need to leave. We need to get out.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. And just as you guys say that, the door behind you slowly creaks shut,
Closes, of course.
and the door on the opposite side slams shut.
Cool.
If you guys
cool.
will,
Yeah, cool.
Cool.
No doubt.
Cool. No.
We're good. We're good.
I
All
just step out into the open.
Yeah,
Step
I mean,
out into the open, weapon
all
drawn. It's on fire.
It's all
Let's
on
fucking
dead.
go.
I'll jump out there too.
good. Yeah, no.
oh,
Like
God.
we,
Fucking, that's
whatever is in here, obviously knows we're here. So let's
Fuck it up.
fucking get it done.
Mahalo.
There, I did it. Fixed it.
I don't know.
My camera
I just
still
threw it in
messed
there.
up.
Yeah.
Just trying
Hold
to
on.
emphasize.
Hold on. I knew there was
That's a
something
nice
I didn't do.
room.
You didn't unpause that.
There it is.
You forgot to tell us there was an entire dragon in this room.
Just literally
No,
just
more like
Go.
I forgot
Is the
to-
dragon in this room?
Is it an undead mimic?
The whole room is a
The
mimic.
entire room is a mimic.
And we
Yes.
walked into it.
It's just-
Great.
Ah, no, his face.
So,
Maybe stop giving him
um,
ideas.
I'm gonna go ahead and ask everybody to roll initiative.
Fuck yeah. Cujo, I've been waiting like a month to hear you say
I
that.
know. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Apparently, I just rolled it all for you.
That was rude.
Balls.
Red.
Red.
Can I keep that number?
I think Malice should keep
Seriously,
their
can I?
number.
Oh, Malice.
Hey, mine's not that much better than it.
21.
Okay. Flit.
6.
Excuse me, Arsinoe.
16.
Okay. Mira, I have to roll for. Ooh, that die does not like me. 7.
Hey, am I back?
Were you frozen?
You are gone?
Were you frozen?
Yeah.
Where did you go?
I was gone. I was froze, and I've lost
Okay.
connection to the server,
Oh, fun.
I was
well, what's your
frozen.
initiative
and
anyway?
it's been reestablished.
Jesus.
I don't know what the problem
We
is
missed you.
today.
My initiative was
noticed.
an 18.
Okay.
Now you face a fully operational Dust.
Intari.
Intari got an 8.
8. Chio.
Chio has a 19.
Okay. And then Malice.
8.
Another 8. Alright. Amongst the paladins, who has the higher dex?
You have dex.
That's a race. She's got a +1.
Then you have the higher
the
dex.
bottom.
I will say I do like how Roll20 does it, where it adds the dex as like a decimal.
It's a
to help
decimal,
with-
yeah.
As to help with tiebreakers.
Yeah, you can do that in Foundry too.
Alright. First
Clearly
up,
not, because I don't see it here.
we have
You gotta
Boykin.
turn it on.
Just
Your
for
character sheet has to
clarification's
be
sake,
imported.
on the north side here, that is the doorway leading out.
There are
Nice,
also,
that's
I know
close.
we were told about mirrors. Are the walls mirrored?
Was that in the same room?
Yeah, we
Did I
were,
describe
we
that?
were told. We were told
You said that
ballroom
the secret passage was behind a
and
false
a mirror, but she didn't remember which one.
You couldn't remember which one. Are you rethinking your instructions?
Or is this ballroom
Mayhaps.
possibly a multi-part ballroom?
Yes, that.
Yeah, it's got a
This
sitting
gets
room.
Yeah.
You know
It's
how
like
I've been
it's like a
DMing
two-ball
a D&D
room, not
game
like a
for
one
years at this
ball
point?
room, like-
No, it's one of those old fancy ballrooms where like you split off and you have the room where the men go to smoke and the women go to gossip.
There you
There's
go.
like
Because hey, do you think this castle is so plebeian that it
ballroom.
only has one ballroom?
Damn, wrong ballroom.
This is for the pre-game ballroom, and then,
Yeah.
Then you go into the
real
main one.
All right, Boykin.
All right.
All right, do I see anything?
Make a perception check.
It's all undead. It's bad.
Another natural
Are
20.
you fucking kidding me?
Fuck yeah.
He's messing up-
25.
I mean, shit. I was gonna make the joke of like, you got your natties out of the way, but no. Apparently,
Clearly not.
apparently you got a full case of natties.
No one talk about it. Why'd you just jinx me, Ian? Damn you!
It's almost like I'm playing for the other team.
Son of a
Oh,
bitch.
I saw a thing.
I'll say for Boykin, only you can see this form. After you focus in and just essentially fix your eyes on one particular point and try to key in any movement, you do see a large thing. It's difficult to make out. It's essentially you have to rely on your peripheral vision to see it. Because if you look directly at it, it disappears from view again. But if you look just to the side, you can see a large, hulking, multi-armed creature. I can't give you more detail than that, as peripheral vision's a little difficult in that department. But you can see that slowly skulking along the ground is this creature.
How far is it from me?
Let's see, what is that? 5, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet from you.
Can't really. So, if I turn to look at it, it would disappear.
If you were to turn and put your eyes on the spot where it just was, you'll just see the tables that were right behind it.
Oh, that's not unsettling. Remember that one time I said that's not unsettling? I lied.
You mean the time you did it just now?
I guess I'm gonna just ready my action, like hold my action still, and just kind of wait for this thing to get closer, and if
Do you alert your party?
yes,
members?
I will tell the others exactly. There is something large and hulking. If we look directly at it, it won't be there. I could see it out of the corner of my eye, and I kind of gesture to the area of where I'm seeing it. Do I still see it?
If you're
I make
like
that
looking
gesture?
straight forward and you're gesturing,
I'm looking
kinda
straight
over
forward,
here.
but it's saying off
Yes.
to the side. It's don't look. It's in this area though, and I point to the area that I see it,
Okay.
and I just keep pee pee poo poo ready.
As you announce that, you see it sort of hulk close to the ground, almost like it's primed to pounce.
Oh shit!
Is that your turn?
Yep, I guess so.
Okay. Chio. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh.
Actually,
No,
since it's
I think that'll
Wait.
be my turn. That's it. That's all I can really do at the moment.
Okay. Do you want to move at all, or are you just gonna stay still?
No, I'm gonna stay right where I'm at
Okay.
with my hammer ready.
I think. you
Cujo,
found
am
something
I
Boykin's afraid of.
dumb? Did Flit get a turn?
Refresh your page, Dustin.
Ah,
All right.
Thank you
That
you
might
on
be
the
my
refresh,
problem.
by the way, because I was like, I'm just seeing the map.
Yeah, if you're seeing a different initiative order, refresh your page.
Joke's on you.
Oh,
was
that's
part
way
of the
different.
encounter of messing with your foundry. No. All right, Chio.
Everyone takes sanity damage.
Hearing that and kind of understanding the general direction, zoomed out too much. She's just gonna kind of shift her body in that direction. She's not trying to look at. She's actually almost looking like down.
Okay.
And she is going to do Breath of the Dragon, and it's just a 20-foot cone. Actually, no, she needs to move, doesn't she? I forgot to measure first. 20 feet from me. Yeah, she's dumb. She'll move forward.
Okay.
And it's just a 20-foot cone in that general vicinity. And she's gonna go with acid damage.
Okay. So it needs to make a dex save, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. That is a 19.
All right. Takes half.
Okay.
Man, that would have been a real good one, too. Full would have been 20, so 10.
10? Okay. All right. You let loose this fountain of acid from inside, and you know it made purchase on something, but not hearing any sounds of pain is probably more eerie that you can't directly look at it. As for everybody else, you see Chio run forward and let loose this acid, and you just see it sort of flop on the ground.
So you don't see it, like, make contact with a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is there anything else that Chio would like to do on her turn?
No.
Okay. Renalphus, we come to you.
All right. So there's no, like, creature-shaped outline on the floor from the acid, and there's not just, like, acid floating in the air and nothing like that.
Mm-mm.
All right. Well,
Sorry,
I'm going to lead with a perception check of my own to try and just, like, use my periphery. I'm also going to be trying to use my heightened senses.
Okay.
So that is 10 or... so it is a 16 if I'm only using my eyes, or 23 to rely on hearing and smell.
Given the type of creature that this is, your eyes would be the only thing that you could use.
Okay.
That being said, in combination with where Chio had focused her breath and where Boykin was gesturing, you again use your peripheral and slowly, almost like fading into your peripheral view, is just this hulking shape.
Yeah. If the cues from Boykin and Chio aid me in any way, then my sight is at 23 as well.
Oh, cool.
You know, if that is enough to give me advantage on the roll, regardless. But
I'm gonna say, given this specific obstacle, I don't know that it's gonna grant advantage. Purely because they can give you a general direction, but they're relying on. But I
still have to be able to see it.
Exactly.
Okay. But I'm catching, like, I'm getting some of it, like, out of the corner of my eye.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and charge at it.
Okay.
Wherever I think it is.
Okay.
So I'm gonna come over here, and I did my my bullshit, my Crimson Right. I'm actually not using the glaive. I'm using the Master of Cruelty's spear.
Nice. Cool.
So I'm doing that, so I'm going to make an attack. Am I making this attack at disadvantage?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So I'm probably not going to get to use that 19, but instead I'll be stuck with the 5. Which makes 13.
Unfortunately, you avert your eyes just to kind of keep it here and sort of assume where it's going to stab out. And just as you make the attack, as if this already wasn't unnerving, you watch this huge, muscled, hulking form defy the physics of its own flesh and flatten out against the ground to avoid your spear.
Awesome.
Anything else on your turn, buddy?
No.
Okay.
Because I charged at it, I only get the 1 attack.
At the end of Renalphus's turn, it is going to get a legendary action. Renalphus, I need you to make an athletics or an acrobatics check.
Ooh, I wonder which one I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna choose the one that I get advantage on.
Okay.
Which is athletics.
Okay.
Not the one that I only make it a static +2, because that's Garbo. That is 15.
I got a 23.
Yeah.
As you guys watch Renalphus charge forward and strike out. Renalphus, what do you say as you miss?
Here I thought this would be too easy.
The moment those
Because Renalphus
words,
is an overconfident prick like that.
the moment Renalphus utters those words, for
He
a
regrets
split
them.
moment, everyone can see the creature. As it, almost like a tidal wave, almost like a weighted blanket, completely capsizes Renalphus, and Renalphus and the creature disappear from view.
So cool.
Renalphus,
Yeah.
you feel every muscle contract,
Uh-huh.
and you can only see darkness around you.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You are going to take is 21 points of bludgeoning damage as you feel yourself slowly being crushed.
Can I breathe?
As you try to draw breath,
God damn it.
you find that it is impossible as your chest immediately starts to tighten. What's your constitution modifier, buddy?
My con modifier is +3.
Really
Okay.
high.
Do me a favor. Put 3 tick marks just somewhere.
Uh-huh.
I don't know the rules specifically. I think it's if you run out of breath, then you have 3 rounds or something. But
Oh, my
given-
suffocating.
It's a number of minutes equal to
Number of
your
minutes. Okay.
equal to your score.
Okay. So you have 3 minutes as there is
Oh, wait,
no
equal to my
air.
score?
Equal to your. I'm pretty sure it's equal to your
Modifier.
Modifier.
Yeah, your modifier.
You
I
have
can hold my breath for 16 minutes.
You have 3 minutes of air in your lungs, as there is no air where you are right now.
Big mistake, buddy.
Just so you know, it is 1 plus your modifier.
There you go.
You have 4 minutes of air.
Also, just so you know, if you have a negative modifier, no matter what, you can hold your breath for 30 seconds.
Oh, cool. It is now its actual turn, and it is going to make.
Wait, did you skip? You skipped Arsinoe.
I didn't.
No, it went
at the end of your turn. It took a legendary action to grapple you and pull you under.
And
Now
then
it
it's
is-
Arsinoe's turn.
It is Arsinoe's turn. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Arsinoe, it's your turn. Oh my god.
Okay. I really wish you had just let it go. Because I can't see it. That's fine. Malice, you said everything's undead?
Did I get what it was or what was in the room? Was it all undead stuff?
Yes. You're
Okay.
only getting undead.
Only getting undead.
Okay.
Everything, all bad, all undead.
Who has the bag of holding?
Renalphus.
Renalphus.
It's my bag.
Can he? I don't know if I'm able to ask this. Can he move at all?
I mean, I'm
Or is that
probably
a-
restrained.
He is currently restrained at this time.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about a certain bottle that I had in there.
Oh God.
Wait, what did you put in my bag?
Nothing.
The demon page in the bad liquor in the bottle.
In that shit liquor?
Yeah.
The demon
The demon
Molotov-
page is in the
the
shit
necrotic
liquor.
Molotov cocktail.
Molotov cocktail. A magical Molotov cocktail that we're not sure what would actually happen.
Can't wait.
All right, Arsinoe.
Only one way to find out.
It's a pee-pee cocktail.
Seeing Renalphus
That sounded like
vanish.
a rare bird.
Rare bird. And hearing that it's all undead,
It's bad.
she's gonna bolt forward and like kind of slide to a stop in the middle of the room and cast Channel Divinity. Turn undead.
Yeah. Fuck
Okay.
yeah.
So
It's cool.
it has to make a wisdom save.
Anything within the 30-foot radius needs a wisdom saving throw. If it's less than a CR2,
Okay.
dies. I don't know what else is in here. And I assume it's higher than a CR2 if it's got legendary actions, but
Describe your turn undead for me. What does it look like?
She rips the amulet from her belt and just holds it and just kind of like, she doesn't slam it into the ground, but definitely just like drops to her knee and pushes it down and lets the divine energy just kind of burst out.
Okay. As you cast this spell, and as this divine light emanates from you, light being the operative word, you watch, everybody sees this wave of energy expand out and reveals Renalphus and this creature. The creature immediately starts shrieking this horrific banshee-like scream, as does... Oh, of course it's a fucking small-sized one. It's supposed to be bigger. God damn it. Hold on. There. And there. A second one.
Oh, it's what a baby.
God damn it. They both immediately start shrieking, and now you can see them clearly. They look a lot like Dragloth, which are four-armed monstrosity creatures. But their mouths and noses have completely been, like, removed. Whatever flesh has completely grown over, their eyes cloudy and dead, glancing out. Their limbs, while large, are very lanky. You can see some of the flesh hanging off of their forms, as it appears that these are more spectral than physical creatures. But this screech echoes out into the castle. Octavia.
Oh.
I would like you to make a perception check.
We were doing really good.
Alright.
Sorry, guys.
Don't be sorry.
No, that was...
This castle and everything in it and the finale, I'm not pulling punches. So, I love you guys. Whatever happens,
That
happens.
is an 11.
Ooh.
11-y.
With an 11. You thought you hear something. But it turns out to just be Skin Gorger, who's still just munching on a long, dead corpse of a bull that he had hunted at some point.
He's having chasing the sleep wolves.
He's chasing that. He's chasing that toy in his dreams.
Chasing people.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right. With that in mind, Arsinoe, is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Oh my god. I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for more. No, I'm gonna just yell at everyone to get through the door. Let's go.
Okay.
Get to the doors.
Also, turn undead if it's over a CR2. They are frightened of you?
Yes. So if it's a CR2 or lower, they die. If they are higher than that and fail their wisdom saving throw, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage.
Okay.
You guys have all seen this the first time we met.
Yes.
He's gonna spend its turn trying to move as far away as it can. Can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of me. Can't take any reactions. For its action, it can only use the dash action or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving. If there's nowhere to move, the creature can use the dodge action.
Okay.
Does it let me go?
Yes, it immediately drops the grapple.
Oh, thank
And you-
God. I was a
you
little
have-
worried.
Okay. I was like, wait a second.
I was like,
Fucking coward.
dude, I bet on it dropping you. I was a little worried it was gonna take you with it.
Yeah, after this after the screech echoes out, both creatures immediately scramble away and away from the light, and as they do, as they leave that radius, you see that their forms disappear.
It's okay.
I shout into the empty room. You're lucky I have more important things to do today. Coward.
Up next are the creatures who can't move closer and can't do anything else. So they are going to sit and shudder as this light is ever present in the room right now. Malice.
Yeah, okay. Ernolphus is out. That's wonderful. Time to go. Did they actually leave the room? Or did they
Office is
still
out and proud.
They the two
the
creatures,
things. Or did they just go
left
outside?
the radius, but once they left that light, their forms shimmered away.
Okay. Then, yeah, I will... How far can I get? 60 feet. Yeah, I will go make for the other door.
Okay.
I guess I could have moved up, sorry.
Yeah. I will make for the other door and yeah, I will.
Didn't think it was gonna work.
That's fair. I will. Can I check? You said the other door, it was closed on us. Can I check to see if it's something that can be opened?
Make me a investigation check. Well, actually, quick question. Are you checking to see if it's locked, or are you kicking the door open?
Checking to see if it's locked.
Okay, investigate.
Those things shrieked really loudly.
That's fair.
Yeah, let me get myself across. And if I need to use my action for it, I'll Misty Step as a bonus action to get their first 30 feet.
That's fine.
All right. Investigation is a... Wish I had more than a -1. 13.
With a 13, you see that it's not locked. There, as you kind of push on the door, though, there is... It's not pinned shut.
Yeah.
There is a little bit of resistance, but not too much. You'd think if you were to apply enough force, it would easily open, but it's, causing a little bit of problems right now.
Okay. Ugh, fucking hinges. Let this place go to shit. Like, what? Yeah, I'll shoulder check it open, but yeah.
Okay. We come to Intari.
Oh, I don't think I have access to
Oh,
it. But,
okay.
is just gonna double move towards the door. Sorry, she doesn't give too many fucks about you guys.
Okay.
I told her to leave. I told her to get to the door.
Yeah, tell her twice.
Yeah.
If she wants to open all the doors on our way down, that's...
All right.
Keeping those fucks close to her chest.
Any bonus action from Antari? Probably not.
No, she's not a bonus action kind of gal.
Mira.
On the
wall.
Thank you. I was thinking it.
Hey.
No,
Mira.
you don't.
I don't, actually. Mira is going to make an intelligence check. As a natural 20. She is going to move her 30 feet, so 5, 10. As she passes by Arsinoe, she says, "Do you trust me?"
Sure.
She casts light on your armor, so you have just consistent bright light surrounding you. 15, 20, 25, 30. So she'll get there. Flit, we come to you.
Okay. So I'm gonna move forward my 25 feet because I'm short. 25. And then as a bonus action, I want to Misty Step 30 feet up to by Malice.
Okay. By all means, darling.
So I'll go here.
Okay.
So that's my movement and my bonus action. And you said the door was unlocked, right?
Yeah.
Correct, yes.
Doors unlocked, a little bit jammed. Nobody
Okay. So
oiled the
then,
hinges.
as my action, I would like to use Mage Hand to open the door.
Okay. With your mage hand, I think it's up to 5 pounds. It can.
It just says.
Use 10.
It says you can use your action to control the hand. You can use the hand to manipulate an object, open an unlocked door or container, stow or retrieve an item from an open container, etc., etc. The hand can't attack, activate magic items, or carry more than 10 pounds.
Okay. I'd say with 10 pounds, that's fine. You cast the mage hand, and you guys watch as it just essentially floats forward and just keeps pressing against the door that slowly does creak open. So, yeah, well done.
That's all my things.
All right.
Misty Step is a bonus action, but it is a 2nd level spell.
I will need a wild magic from you.
Unicorn.
Ian, they have been visited by the same unicorn twice. I think the last time I was like, as the unicorn, like, what do you guys want? Leave me alone.
Did you just get it?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh god, not a fireball, not a fireball, not a fireball, not a
Not a
fireball.
potted plant.
Potted plants.
Not a potted plant.
Unicorn. Come on.
Go ahead and roll a percentile for me.
43.
Unicorn.
Oh, shit. Not the unicorn, but it's definitely not the worst thing ever. For the next minute, as a bonus action, you can teleport up to 20 feet.
Hey!
That's not bad.
Oh god, she's just like, I just imagine Flip popping around, just like.
Guys, look what I can do.
No!
Nice.
I will say, given that you guys are essentially just bolting, and given that it is 10:09, I'm going to go ahead and narrate a nice easy win, since Arsinoe did the one thing that revealed their truth be told, if anybody had cast light or given off light source that was going to reveal their positioning, And then you did turn undead as a cleric of the Carbuncle, and I was like, well, cool, that's awesome. So thank you for ruining that encounter.
It's what I'm here for.
I was really excited about
as
those
a
monsters.
cleric.
It's all good.
I mean,
but-
we didn't kill them.
It's true. But I will say, Ian, thank you so much for stopping by for tonight. Would you be able to reprise your character one more time next week?
Yeah,
All right.
and I will be far less distracted next week. because
You're
I
good.
won't be prepping for a LARP event,
Yeah.
No.
But
which I did complete, by the way. So.
nice.
Nice job.
At least
Oh,
there's
nice.
that.
Yeah.
Damn. Well.
The
Damn, girl. To everybody who tuned in, thank you so much. We love you. We appreciate you. I am so excited for all the stuff that's going to be happening. This is going to be such a fun little dungeon crawl, leading to probably one of the most brutal finales that I've ever planned as a DM. But not to give too much of a hint to my party, thank you guys so much. We love you. Be nice to each other, and we will see you guys next week.
We're all
Bye,
gonna
everybody.
die.
Good night.
It was nice
Goodbye.
knowing you.